Welcome. So now let's review for the trig, solving with trig ratios formative. Here's our first problem. What's the approximate length of x? Right? So let's take a look at always the first thing you want to do, your very first step. And by the way, feel free to take notes if you like. These are similar to problems on the formative, not exactly the same, maybe not the same trig ratio, certainly not the same numbers, but very similar. So the first thing you want to do is label the triangle relative to an angle of reference. All right, so 18 degrees is our angle of reference. Across the triangle is the opposite side. X here is next to the angle, it's the adjacent side, and then across from the hypotenuse, across from the right angle is the hypotenuse. So now if we look at the sides that we have the adjacent side and the hypotenuse. All right, so we want to identify which trig ratios. Got a little glitch here. Not any better, but which trig ratios use the known and given sides. So this is, by the way, if we are solving for a side. We'll talk about solving for an angle in the last two problems. All right, so we see we have the hypotenuse and the adjacent. Then we want to write a trig ratio, a trig equation. Man, there never used to be a glitch on that side of the board. It was always at the... It's like my glitch is growing. We write a trig equation using the reference angle and, known and given are the same thing. I meant to put in known and what would you call the side you're looking for? And requested sides? So write a trig equation using the reference angle and known and requested sides. I'm going to have to keep writing all the words. I'm going to run out of places where I can write, where I don't have a glitch. And solve. All right, so I'm going to solve up here. All right, we've already labeled the triangle relative to an angle of reference. Now we need to identify the trig ratio. So uses adjacent and hypotenuse. That would be cosine. All right, cosine, as a reminder, is adjacent over, and we need to have the cosine of something. Cosine's an operation. So cosine theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. And we use that as a model to write our equation. Right? So our angle is 18 degrees. The adjacent side is what we're looking for. The hypotenuse is 625. And now we want to solve the equation. We need to isolate our variable. So we're going to multiply both sides by 625. So 625 cosine 18 equals x divided by 625 times 625. That'll cancel. So that gives us 625 cosine 18 equals x. All right, and now we just plug that into a calculator. And let me bring one up. Right, so if we can find, oh, here's my equation. All right, so 18 oops, there was already a number there. 18, whoops, oh man. Well, maybe we should orient the board. I'll tell you what, I'll make it through this problem and we'll orient the board. Something serious has happened here. 18 cosine, there we go. Cosine's not ever going to be 4. And times 625. All right, and so that's our value there, 594 point, and we'll round to the nearest hundred. So 594.41 feet. Uh-oh. I don't remember the number. $594.41. All right, and so,
That's what, or one.
oops, I have been informed. All right, so I'm going to orient the board and then come back and join me in the next 5 problems. So here's our first problem. Here's a little short video. We'll see 5 more problems. All right, thanks for watching video number 1. See you in video number 2. Bye for now.